Bermudez has called it off. Michael Alexander confirms it, and Nick Ball retains his WBA featherweight title with a stoppage victory against the brave TJ Doheny. I think that's
let me say this. It is right now March the 15th, 2025. And main events like Nick Ball, WBA 126-pound champion, versus 38-year-old TJ Doheny, they just don't move the needle no more. It's really difficult. He's going to retire. He should retire after this. He's so done. 10th round stoppage between 11 and 12. 10 and 11. TJ Doheny's corner threw it in. In fact, the referee, seems to me, wasn't a big fan of TJ Doheny because he was allowing TJ Doheny to get teed off on for a whole round. Damn. But he just started gassing out. Now, mind you, he put on a better performance as long as he was in there against Inoue, his last fight. And Inoue hit him so hard, pretty much gave him back spasms. Go watch those highlights. So anyway, I'm TstreeT Controversy with Fight View 360. Listen, this is no disrespect to Nick Ball or TJ Doheny, but I get it's a hometown fight, and obviously they couldn't get, a better opponent, I'm guessing. But this is just it's just not it. It's just not it. Now, of course, we're going to talk about what's next. I want to hear the post-fight interview and hear what Frank Warren has to say. But the fight I want to see is Stephen Fulton, WBC champion, who just got that win a month ago over Brandon Figueroa on David Benavidez versus David Morrell card, PBC card. And of course, you have Angelo Leo, who's the IBF champion, and Rafael Espinoza, who is the WBO champion. So Fulton is with PBC. Leo, he was on Pro Box, by the way. He might be with a big-time promoter now. Rafael Espinoza is top rank, and as you can see here are the rankings. Leo, IBF, Ball, the WBA, Fulton, WBC. Ray Vargas, I don't know what's going on with him, and I do think Nick Ball beat him. But listen, I'm going to be critical here about Nick Ball. I'm going to be critical. With his height and stature, he's only 5'2". It's very difficult for him, and it takes a lot of skill for his size to be able to get in on these bigger fighters. And let's face it, at 126 pounds, majority of the fighters are going to be 5'5" and up. So he's going to be going in there giving up at least a 3-inch advantage, height advantage. So the question is, who do you want to see? And who will likely be next? Now, with the Saudis, anything is possible. But me personally, the Fulton fight, but I highly doubt it unless the Saudis put up some real big money. Fulton PBC fighter, they're doing their best to hold on to all of the fighters that they possibly can, as they're not having, the future is not bright for that organization. Rafael Espinoza, he's going to be fighting soon. Edward Vasquez in the T-Mobile Arena. Is this on the Inoye's card? Yes, it is. This is going to be a phenomenal week of boxing, by the way. Let's listen into the particulars. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.
Our referee in charge, Michael Alexander, stops the contest. Therefore, your winner by way of technical knockout, still undefeated and still WBA featherweight champion of the world.
I want to hear what Frank Warren has to say.
Nick Ball retains his WBA featherweight championship of the world, and after all of the spikiness in the build-up, TJ Doheny, a sportsman to the last, stood there and applauded the decision as it was read out by Thomas Triber. Let's get straight in.
Here's Bunsey. He don't got no voice.
About to speak to Nick Ball.
Nick, excuse my voice. Nick, was he trickier, harder, or was it more difficult than you expected?
I don't really know until I watch it back, but just in there, he's going to be tricky in there. It's a world title fight, and
watch this right here.
I've got to be switched on and take my time. Sometimes I can rush in and things like that, but obviously I listen to Paul and Ant in the corner, and the main thing was taking my time and working on what I've been working on in the gym and sparring, and it paid off.
We saw a lot more of Nick Ball, the boxer. Nick Ball using his boxing IQ. That must have pleased you in a way.
Yeah, definitely. It feels nice. Like, I don't know how the crowd feel about it, but they want to see all action. But obviously I can box and do that, so I've showed both now.
And once he started to go, could you sense that he was fading from the body shots, from the head shots? Could you sense that about round, 6 or 7?
Yeah, I could sense that, definitely, yeah. Felt it in there and felt him getting tired with the pace I was setting, so yeah, all played out good.
And Paul, it was nice to see him box, use his brain. Did that please you?
Yeah, immensely, Steve. Nick's a really good boxer. You don't do what he's doing at that level without that. You need the boxing skills. Today he showed massive improvements in his game, his jab to the head and the body. His body work was perfect. You know, we had the feeling this fella would sit in a certain place, and we had shots down there waiting for him, which then ended up straightening him up. And just a perfect execution by Nick against a very dangerous opponent. You know.
I love the Liverpool accent. Somebody told me it was trashy. Like, is that a thing over in the UK?
Earlier on when we spoke earlier, that happens. It'll be towards the end of the year or maybe early next year, but that's the plan. Nick's going to come. He's not going to wait till then. He still want to fight, and our job is to keep him busy and keep bringing him back here. We're in Liverpool. Everybody's come out for this. They've been a marvellous crowd. We love you dearly, and we're going to keep coming back to your champions. Great undercard as well, with fantastic fighters, and I've got to take my hat off to TJ. I mean, he is a true fighting man. I mean, you know, you have to get a winner, and the winner, thankfully for us and for him, is Nick Ball. Nick Ball, I'm telling you, is the best featherweight in the world, bar none.
Nick, and if you had your way, back here in a few months, sold-out arena, who would be in the opposite corner if you had your wish?
I don't really know. It's not up to me. It's up to the Frank, or the best promoter in the game and the best team in the game. Paul Stevenson, Andy Humphries, everyone at peak performance. Tom Christian, Big Sean, who takes us on a body bag, and as you can see, it played off there. So, yeah, and most importantly, the crowd, everyone who's come out to support. It wouldn't be possible without them. So, I appreciate it. Or anyone.
Congratulations, Nick. Thanks very much. Thanks, fellas. Thank you. Becky.
So he's got a mandatory coming up. But in reality, this would be a good fight, Bruce Shushu, but that ain't happening no time soon. So in reality, I don't see, listen, unless it's a unification, I don't see it's a big fight that's going to move the needle for Nick Ball, you know, as far as like really getting like real global appeal. Because TJ Doheny, I get it, you got to keep your fighter busy, but he was coming off a loss, and he's 38 years old, and he's extremely long in the tooth as far as you can see, you know, like the losses, like the miles he has on him. And he looked it in the ring. He looked like he was just showing up for the check, to be very honest, especially round 5 and on, when he started fading. And by the way, who would have thought that Frank Warren is now the #1 promoter in the UK in 2025? It could be argued that he has the best stable in boxing in 2025. It can be argued. It can be argued he has the best stable so far. So who would have thought? And also, you know what I like about Frank Warren? I know it's real childish, but he got shot in the head and knew who did it, and he didn't tell. He gonna always have a hood pass to me. So, you know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Let me review this card real quick. I woke up during this bullshit. Now, let me tell you something. I'm trying to do something new where I'm giving out like my thoughts on the replay value of the card. Like, it's like, yo, not just telling you the results, but I can be like, yo, that card ain't worth watching. Or I can say, yo, that's a fight. Like, you need to go watch that. Like, you know, it's some stuff you're going to pick up. For example, did you know that Lamont Roach put out a video with Tank Davis trying to bite him? Even though the fight was kind of slow paced, it's one of those fights with high replay value. In this case, the replay value only is my man Jack Turner right here, who has my attention. He had the knockout of the night. Andrew Kane beat Charlie Edwards in what was a stinker. Now, mind you, I woke up from my nap. Yes, I'm that type of boxing degenerate low down that I woke up to watch Charlie Edwards versus Andrew Kane. I was like, oh shit, Charlie Edwards fighting. Goddamn. We get downstairs. Watch it. You know, and then it's just running around. Horrible, horrible. Listen, running around. Let me see if I can show Jack Turner KO without being copywritten. The Zone love that shit. They love copywriting you. Sometimes you got to be careful on Twitter these days, is because you will type in ball versus Doheny, and then you'll see somebody with their balls out. And, you know, like, you got to be careful, man, on Twitter. Like, they'll suspend you for anything, but then when it comes to porn, it's rife. Here it is right here. So you got my attention, Jack Turner. And my grandfather's last name was Turner, my grandparents. So you got my attention, mate. Let me see. Don't let me down, cuz. I'm going to be watching every Jack Turner fight now.
Out of 4 to set up tonight. Here goes Turner again.
Go get him, Jack. Get him. Anyway, I'm TstreeT Controversy with Fight View 360. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.